Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of ETV News. I'm Lauren Zenzi.
And I'm Megan Saunders.
Breaking news yesterday afternoon when the jury of the Tsarnaev trial agreed on a conviction. Tsarnaev is known for taking part with his brother in the tragic events that occurred during the 2013 Boston Marathon. Tsarnaev was found guilty on all 30 counts, setting the stage for a possible death penalty. The jury could begin hearing arguments in the penalty phase early next week. Tsarnaev was wildly expected to be found guilty since his defense lawyers admitted from the trial's outset that he took part in the attack. Their strategy was to save him from execution by painting him as a dupe of his radicalized older brother. Jeffrey Bowman, who lost 2 legs in the bombing and testified against Tsarnaev, called the verdict a relief and one step closer to closure.
Kurt Cobain's daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, spoke publicly about her father and his legacy with Rolling Stone magazine for the first time in her life. The interview focused on the new HBO documentary about Kurt Cobain, titled Montage of Heck, for which Frances served as an executive producer. Frances reflected on hearing her father's speaking voice, not being a fan of his band, and her experience helping with Montage of Heck. To read this interview in full, check out rollingstone.com or pick up a copy on stands this Friday.
According to CBS News sources, Bob Schieffer, the host of Face the Nation, has decided to retire. The announcement came just yesterday morning. Schieffer worked in journalism industry for over 50 years, including 4 to 6 of them with CBS. Schieffer plans to give his last set of goodbyes this upcoming summer at the Washington, D.C. studio. CBS News President David Rhodes said, "Bob's been with CBS since 1969, chief Washington correspondent since 1982, and host of Face the Nation since 1991. That broadcast is in its 60th year and has never been better or more powerful ranking. Consistent numbers won the season." Rhodes also went on to mention that Schieffer is not completely calling it a quits on the air, as he will be on every Sunday for the Washington Bureau.
The popular social networking site Facebook is being sued by an estimated 25,000 users for alleged violations of European laws in a class action suit due in Vienna court this week. Max Schrems, Austrian data protection campaigner and law graduate, leads the case, which focuses on how Facebook collects and forwards data. Schrems says that he wants to stop mass surveillance on the site. He also alleges that Facebook has cooperated with PRISM, a surveillance system that was launched in 2007 by U.S. National Security Agency. Facebook has not commented on the case.
A statue of Lucille Ball of I Love Lucy fame has been standing in the Lucille Ball Memorial Park in her hometown of Celeron, New York for 6 years. However, many people are unhappy with the look of the bronze statue, and they would like the statue to be redone to look more like the famed redhead. The sculptor of the statue, which has been nicknamed Scary Lucy, had said, "Not everything you do is a home run. Some people make mistakes." He has offered to resculpt it for free, but the mayor of Celeron is looking for another artist to fix the statue.
Apple enthusiasts, it's finally unveiled the new iOS update with its new emojis. It fixed minor bugs, and their exciting emoji update has an addition of new emojis. Some of your old favorites are now more diverse, and many of the human emojis can now be sent with your choice of 5 skin tones. Rumors have been flying around about this update for a few months now, and it's finally arrived. The update also includes many more flag emojis, along with a new emoji keyboard. iPhone users everywhere are going to have a hard time putting their phone down now. And we'll be right back with this week's editorial.
My name's Steve. My family's lived in for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? Jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs, just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
I'm Amanda Eckert with this week's editorial. This week, my favorite band, All Time Low, released their newest album, Future Hearts. I've been a fan of the band since 2009, and I've been around for the release of 4 of their 6 albums. In turn, I have heard their style change and fluctuate, which happens with the growth of any artist. The band has released songs that I constantly skip to songs that I keep on repeat for days at a time, but you win some and you lose some. Their newest album has been on replay constantly since it downloaded on Tuesday, and I couldn't be happier with the new songs, and I can't wait to hear them perform live. So, like any good fan, I told my friends about the album and convinced them to download it. While downloading the album, one of my friends was hesitant and told me, quote, "Some people think it's too much pop and not enough punk," end quote. Following this pop-punk band has taught me that artists are going to experiment, and their sounds are going to change. Thinking about the lashback from longtime fans, along with a quote from my friend, brings me to the topic that I've spent a lot of time thinking about, the judgment among fans of different music genres. Most of the music I listen to falls in the pop-punk genre. All Time Low, Man Overboard, and Yellow Card are just a few of the bands that hold a special place in my heart. The first experience I had with being judged for my music taste came from my own family. My family is composed of musicians who play and listen to predominantly jazz music and continuously ask me how I listen to my music without getting a headache. Following my family and searching online, I found that judgment based on music taste wasn't a generational concept. I found that people judged you no matter what genre a song is. If you record a song that gets played on the radio, you're an unoriginal sellout with no talent, which is part of the reason why I'm so hesitant to state my love for One Direction. If you're an indie artist, you're a hipster who thinks you're better than everyone. Rappers are thugs, country singers are drunk rednecks, metal bands are seriously disturbed, and if you produce EDM, you're a junkie. These stereotypes surround every genre, and it has an impact on how fans perceive the musician at hand. If a pop artist adds a little bit of rap to their songs, people get uncomfortable. If a pop-punk band falls a little more on the pop side of the spectrum, they're a sellout. I don't know if this is because fans are afraid to share their artists with another fan base, or because they just don't like that genre of music in any context, but they need to respect the artist's choice. Everybody has different preferences, whether it's with music, movies, people, or hobbies. Not everyone's gonna like the same thing. Being a fan of an artist or a genre doesn't require you to like everything they release, nor does it limit you to listening to that genre alone. Music is an art, and with time, a skilled artist will grow and explore various facets of their medium, which may entail them to dabble in genres you may not be familiar with. But as a fan, you should support this artist's choice regardless of personal feelings. Respect each other's choices and preferences. Like I've told all my friends, be sure to check out Future Hearts by All Time Low now on iTunes. I'm Amanda Eckert, and that's all for this week's editorial. I'll see you next week. Be safe, Eastern.
No more teachers, dirty look.
School's out for summer.
School's out forever.
School's out with fever.
School's out completely.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%. And it can happen in every place.
School's out for summer.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org because great things happen when we live united.
Hey, going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather! Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember? Bark, bark, bark! We're just playing! We're just playing on trying to get you out of here!
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
This Saturday, April 11th, Eastern's Fusion Dance Crew will be hosting Connecticut's Best Dance Crew competition. Different dance teams across Connecticut will all be coming to compete at Eastern. This is a competition to bring the world of dance to the Eastern community. This event will take place between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. in Schaefer Hall. You don't want to miss it.
Well, Eastern students, the weather is beginning to warm up and another semester is coming to an end, which means Spring Fest is right around the corner. CAB will be hosting a series of events this week, the week of April 20th, so get excited. CAB has already announced 3 of the special events that will take place. Friday, April 24th, students can come out and enjoy the annual Spring Fest Carnival. It will take place from 12 to 8 in the Sports Center parking lot. Following the carnival will be a display of fireworks at the Mansfield Complex. That begins at 9 p.m. And finally, Sunday, April 26th, the T-Pain concert will be held in the Geisler Gymnasium. The doors open at 6, the concert begins at 7. Tickets are on sale now. They're $10 for ECSU students, $15 for the public, and $20 at the door. Let's make the end of the semester a great one.
In March, the Caribbean Student Association hosted their first Miss Impress pageant. This pageant gave contestants the opportunity to represent their Caribbean heritage by showcasing talent, modeling their outfits, and answering pressing questions presented by the judges. 2 student hosts kept the audience captivated during the 2-hour pageant, along with music provided by a local DJ and even an audience dance-off. During the intermission, students and members had the opportunity to purchase authentic Caribbean food such as cocoa bread. The pageant winner, freshman Animal De Leon, represented the Dominican Republic and received a trip to Florida. Congratulations to all the contestants. It sounds so amazing.
Next Tuesday night, April 14th, in the Student Center, students will be able to experience a night in Asia. The event will showcase tables from China, Japan, Vietnam, Cambodia, the Philippines, India, and South Korea. Each of the tables will have food, including an activity for students to explore. The event starts at 5 p.m. and is free for all students.
A few weeks ago, a light post came crashing down outside of Eastern's baseball stadium, which impacted the baseball team's schedule immensely. Let's go to Matt Malula with an update.
Stadium. As you can see behind me, they have already started to tear down the light post here. This is because a few weeks prior, a light post above Eastern's own first base dugout came crashing down during a lacrosse practice. After a harsh winter, baseball was excited to get back on the field. Unfortunately, this wasn't going to happen anytime soon. In light of the unexpected crack and collapse of the first base light post, Eastern Connecticut was forced to tear down the other 5 light posts due to safety reasons. This has put a burden on Eastern's baseball team, who will not be playing many home games now.
Thank you, Matt. Luckily, nobody was injured during the collapse. We are all so thankful for it.
This Friday, April 10th, CAB will be hosting a music lounge in the Student Center Cafe at 7 p.m. Jason Lavasser will be the special guest. Jason is a North Carolina native. He's a singer-songwriter and guitarist that's been performing music across the country. His style fuses together numerous influences, creating a charismatic, propulsive acoustic pop sound. This event is free and open to all Eastern students and the public.
In March, CAB hosted a late night dedicated to none other than Dr. Seuss. Reporter Erin Fitzsimon has more about the event. Erin?
Erin Fitzsimon's here in the Student Center for the CAB Late Night event, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Let's go check it out and see what it's all about. The CAB Late Night event was a Dr. Seuss theme that followed along with some of Dr. Seuss's famous stories. The event featured students being served the infamous green eggs and ham and cotton candy, along with many other activities such as making your own lucky bamboo plant, tablet giveaways, a chance to win a betta fish, along with a contortionist that performed acrobatic stunts. At the event, we spoke with the CAB coordinator, Mindy Long, to get more information on why CAB chose the theme.
It was Dr. Seuss' birthday a couple of days ago on March 2nd, so we thought it would be perfect for us to have this CAB event to celebrate his birthday as well as a late night. So we thought of some components for this event. From Cat in the Hat, we had the goldfish theme, so we decided to get some baby betta fish to give out instead of regular goldfish. We thought it would be a nice switch up. We also had Victoria Grimmy come perform for us. She's a contortionist. She's super awesome. She's been in a lot of movies. We thought the flexible thing would be part of Dr. Seuss as well, because thing one, thing two, they're flexible, they come stir up trouble, pretty much our whole theme for that. As well as cotton candy. We wanted to make it so it kind of looks like the truffle trees from one of their books, from Lorax, so that's why we had that. And the bamboo is just like for lucky, as well as obviously from the book component, so that's why we had our event.
That's all we have here for tonight's Dr. Seuss CAB theme event. For reporting for ETV News, I'm Erin Fitzsimons. Take it easy, Eastern.
Thank you, Erin. But if you ended up missing that event, be sure to check out the calendar of events for future events from CAB that you do not want to miss.
We've had some crazy weather the past few months, going from 60 degrees one day to snowing the next. Matt Malillo stopped by the Student Center to see how you have been feeling with these seasons clashing together.
To melt and spring approaches, a swarm of storms have come bearing down on the East Coast, including this rain that is dropping on us right now. We stopped by the Student Center to see how you have been adjusting to this uneasy clash of seasons.
It's making me really annoyed. One day at practice I'll be wearing a pinny, the next day I'll be in long sleeve sweatpants, and it's really cold and really annoying to deal with.
Crappy weather makes me feel lazy, and then obviously nice weather, you know, I'm happier about it pretty much.
I really don't like it. I'm ready for summer to start.
Matt, I know all of us over at ETV are very ready for spring to start, and we will be right back after this short break for Eastern Overtime.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
we are back with Damon Gray with this week's Eastern Overtime. Damon?
Everything about Eastern athletics, I'm Damon Gray. We start with women's lacrosse as the Warriors played a couple home games last week. On Wednesday, the Warriors hosted Rhode Island College in their first conference game of the year. The Warriors won the game 21-10 as they played consistently throughout. It was everything that head coach Christine Hutchison could want out of that game.
I think it's really good for our team and our morale because we're struggling a little bit getting that final win. So I think today was a kind of a confidence booster, and we didn't just come out here to get the W, we came out here to play well, and I think we accomplished that too.
That was the only thing that stood out as Meg Aramita ended up breaking the single game record in assists with a total of 9.
I honestly, we played against Hope in Florida, and I had 6, I think, and I was going for that 8 or 9. And, as an assistant, you can't really do this without your teammates. I rely on them to make the goals, and I'm not going to lie, I came out in second half, I just went to my teammates, I'm like, guys, I need you to make some goals for me. And they're like, yeah, we got you. So, I owe it all to my teammates. They're the ones who put the finish on the ball, and I might have 9, but I might go for 10 next time.
Later in the week, Eastern hosted last year's LEC champs, Keene State. It was a heartbreaking loss for the Warriors as the Owls scored to take the lead with just 2.4 seconds remaining in regulation. Eastern fell 9-8, leaving them at 1-1 in conference play. The men's lax team hosted UMass Boston this past Saturday, and they came away with the W. Tim Riley had his hand in the cookie jar as he led the team in goals by going top shelf 4 times against the Beacons. Some other standouts include Chris Barnett with 3 goals and Zach Thresher with 3 points. To softball we go as the Warriors swept all 3 doubleheaders last week. Eastern powered their way by Southern Maine Wednesday and UMass Boston on Saturday. Even more impressive, the Warriors ended up winning all but one game by at least 8 runs. If it wasn't for the team's effort earlier in the week, the game may not have even happened.
This weekend we worked really hard on getting all the snow off the field, so we shoveled and shoveled and shoveled. And so the kids were excited to play and they wanted to play, so we made it happen. And yeah, it's cold, but so what? This is softball season and we got to make the most of it.
Sam Rossetti and Alyssa Hancock continue to stay hot as their averages are above 500 halfway through the season. Senior Shanna Martin has picked things up as she smashed a 3-run home run to break a tie for the first game versus Southern Maine Wednesday. Also, senior Erin Miller improved to 5-1 on the season with a 2.84 ERA.
I think it's great having a great defense behind me. I think that's what's really helping me out on the mound. I can trust them behind me, and I know that if I miss a spot, they can get the ground ball or the pop-up.
The baseball team started the week well, sweeping Plymouth State at home in New Hampshire, then defeating Endicott on their own field. However, once Wednesday came along, the baseball team here to hit a brick wall, losing 4 games in a row to Wesleyan, Salve Regina, and Southern Maine. With the 2 losses to Southern Maine, Eastern fell to 2-2 in conference play. Those losses could really hurt their chances getting a high seed when the LEC playoffs come around. However, Andrew Scully has mashed the ball this season, hitting .400 with 2 home runs and 16 RBIs. After a tough week for men's and women's track team, the Warriors bounced back with a good appearance at Dartmouth. Taylor Driggers helped the women's team, taking 5th out of 17 by coming 2nd in the long jump. And Savannah Artis helped the Warriors in the point standings by coming in 2nd in the triple jump. For the men, they took 9th place out of 17, and the Warriors took a 1st overall in the 4x400 meter relay with an overall time of 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Make sure you check out Marissa Miner's story on Jill Rytrowski and her role on the quick turnaround of the women's basketball program. That story can be found on GoWarriorAthletics.com. As we leave you with this week's schedule, we would like to congratulate Meg Aramita one last time for breaking the single-season game record in assists with her outstanding performance against Rhode Island College last Tuesday. For everybody here at ETV Sports, thank you for watching. You can follow all the action on Twitter at ETV Athletics and through the hashtag #GoEast. Have a great week, Warriors Nation. We will be back in just 5 days, as this will be a current thing every Monday. Have a great week.
Thanks for the update, Damon. And that's all we have for this week's show. If you want to see more episodes, you can visit the ETV YouTube channel. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful, magical weekend, Eastern. Take it easy.